Hi, it's Darnell with Wave Oven Recipes, and today I'm going to be making up some dehydrated apple chips using the Gourmia French Door XL digital air fry oven. We'll see how it does with dehydration right now. So not a lot of ingredients for this one. I've got one apple that I'll be thin slicing, and I've also got some lemon juice because you have to coat the apple slices with lemon juice so they don't brown. So I'm going to be slicing this apple up now real thin. Alright, so things have been sliced up pretty well, so I'm just going to put the lemon juice on both sides of each slice, and then I'll put them on basically the air fry basket here and just get them laid out. And I'm brushing the lemon juice on lightly because I just want a light coating of it. I don't want to like dip the whole pieces of apple in the lemon juice and basically load them up with lemon to the point that my apple chips taste like lemon at the end of this. I want to try and have a minimal amount of lemon flavor in my apple chips. Alright, so I've got things all covered with some lemon juice. You could use the wire rack if you prefer. It's up to you. I just chose to use this one just because. So I'm going to open things up and get things in. I'm going to use rack level 4. You can use 3 or 4 for dehydration purposes. 4 is kind of like closer right on that fan level almost. So I'm going to turn the cooker on and let's go to dehydrate. So I hit dehydrate and I'm going up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit for the temperature. It won't let me go. 170 is as high as I can go for dehydrate, so we'll use 170. For time, I would use 4 hours if I was doing 200, so I'm going to do 5 hours at 170 and see what happens, and we'll just pray that things turn out okay. Actually, I think I would have used 5 hours with 200. So let's see, I'll do 5.5. Give it another 30 minutes and then we'll check and see how things look after 5.5, because I do believe I would have did 5. So 170, 5.5. Let's hit start. Let's see what happens. So things have been going for a little over 3 hours. I do want to point out, if I would have been able to get it to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, I would have done it for 4 hours. I thought maybe I would have done 5. I would have done 4 hours at 200 degrees Fahrenheit if I could have got that high. But we're only about 3 hours in at 170, and things look really good. And I don't know if, maybe the cooker's cooking a little warmer than the stated temperature. If you saw the original review, which I hope you saw on the channel here already, where I did temperature testing and all, it came out a little high on the temperature testing that I did. But I'm going to just go ahead and pause things, and I just want to just kind of do a field test. Alright, things feel pretty good. I guess I could let them go further for, dehydrating them more. I'm going to let them keep going. They feel pretty, decent now, but they can get a little more drying on them. So I'll let them keep going for now and bring you on back later. Alright, I've let things go for 5 hours, and I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now at 5 hours, and we'll just see what we get with 5. So, stop. Sorry about that beep, can't stop it. Just going to go ahead and pull the rack out here. There we go, our apple chips. You can tell me what you think of those, how they look in a comment. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take one off and just kind of feel it. It feels like it's pretty firm. No, no flimsiness. It's pretty firm and feels a bit dry. Hear that? It's pretty dry and pretty solid there. So pretty good, I guess, dehydration of the apple chips. I'll go ahead and use this one for a taste test. So thank God for an apple chip, and let's do a taste. Okay, it's got crispness to it. It's a little tough, but crisp, some, and kind of tough, kind of a mixture. I'm going to have the rest. Okay, so I can tell in the parts of the apple slice that were a little thinner, things were real like crisp, like a chip crisp. Where things were a little thicker in the cut, things were a bit tougher in the bite. It's dehydrated, but I guess depending on the thinness of your cut, you know, if you're able to cut things really thin, you'll get a real chip kind of crisp. If you cook, you know, if you basically cut it a little thicker, it's going to be kind of like not a jerky, but a bit more tougher chew than if you cut it thinner. So it really depends on how well you cut. I won't say I'm the best at doing, you know, even very thin slices. I just kind of, you know, do it, and, you know, what I get, and I'm happy with. But anyway, the cooker is able to do the job and does it in pretty decent time. And so with that real big rack, you can basically dehydrate a whole bunch. I would suspect that you could use the wire rack with the air fry basket and maybe have 2 layers of dehydration going if you wanted to do that as well. And so, you know, it's all up to you how you want to try and configure things in that regard. In the video description, there are lots of ways to help the channel. Nothing in this video is sponsored. There's my cookbook, merch, memberships, donations. You can always check out my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. There'll be a link to the full recipe in the video description also. And there's also a link to the Amazon shop where you can get like a referral link to the shop, and if you want to buy things help the channel, what you buy through that does help the channel. And so with all of that said, if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon, and good eating.